I am Jasmine Cacho, bringing you today's burning issues and the hottest news here on News Force.
Here are today's headlines. SIM registrants surpass 94 million mark as deadline approaches. FDA orders temporary ban on entry of pork meat products due to newly identified ASF-affected country. President Marcos Jr. intensifies promotion of nano business during ASEAN Summit. Bill seeking 150 pesos nationwide pay hike gets Senate Labor panel's nod. Kuwait government temporarily suspends issuance of visas to Filipinos. Philippine inflation eases to 6.6% in April. Fair and balanced news, comprehensive reports that will take you to the heart of the action. This is News Force.
For today's top report, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT, logs over 94 million registered SIM cards. The DICT emphasized the importance of SIM registration prior to its deadline on July 25, 2023. DICT continues to remind the public that any SIM cards that remain unregistered will be automatically deactivated. In a separate news, the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, ordered a temporary ban on entry of pork meat products from newly identified countries suspected as African swine fever or ASF-affected areas. The FDA also reiterated that it will not allow registration of processed meat from the countries affected of ASF. They also advised the public to be cautious in purchasing and consuming processed pork meat products which came from countries that are not affected of the said virus. Moving on, the Department of Education, or DepEd, announced early registration for incoming kindergarten, grades 1, 7, and 11 students in public schools for the academic year 2023 to 2024 that is taking place from May 10 to June 9, 2023. This is following Vice President of Education Secretary Sara Duterte's DepEd order, or the amendment to the Basic Education Enrollment Policy, setting the new schedule for early registration in public schools. Meanwhile, DepEd noted that the schools may still continue to use different manners to acquire early registration forms. Good news from May 11 to May 12, the Land Transportation Office, or LTO, will provide pre-registered student driver applicants with a free statewide theoretical driving course, or TDC. The LTO said that the complimentary TDC program is intended to offer opportunities for economically disadvantaged Filipinos to apply for a student permit. On to another report, Philippine Red Cross Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Richard Gordon emphasized that even though the World Health Organization, or WHO, declared that COVID-19 is no longer a worldwide emergency, the virus is still present and that the government should continue immunizing seniors and persons with comorbidities in the country. Gordon added that COVID-19 is as severe as tuberculosis, measles, and flu combined, urging the public to still exercise caution and vigilance, as well as learn from past missteps so that once the wave of COVID-19 positivity cases returns, the general situation will not get worse once again. In a related story, the Department of Health, or DOH, ordered jailed administrators to ensure that both inmates and jail staffs are protected from COVID-19 through vaccinations in response to the apparent increase of COVID-19 cases at the new Bilibid Prison, or NBP, in Muntinlupa City. The NBP recently logged that 75 of its detainees were placed in isolation after testing positive for COVID-19, while 7 NBP employees also developed the viral illness. DOH Officer in Charge Maria Rosado Vergeire also underlined the significance of using face masks to stop the spread of the illness in prison cells. For today's weather bulletin, as per the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, The easterlies will be affecting the eastern section of Visayas and Mindanao. With this, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms will be felt in Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Meanwhile, Pag-asa recorded the highest point of heat index in the country at Ambulong, Tanawan, Batangas on May 10 with 45 degrees Celsius. Coming up next, a news focus. Senate calls for investigation into suspected fraud in BSKE voters registration. Higher Education Committee approves local universities and colleges Governance Act. President Bongbong Marcos Jr. intensifies promotion of nano-business during ASEAN Summit. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.